Welcome to Roanoke County Business Partners. In today's show, we'll reflect on what took place in Roanoke County in 2016, and we'll take a look forward to hear what is to come in 2017.
Welcome to Roanoke County Business Partners. Jill Loop, the Director of Economic Development for Roanoke County, joins us today to talk about what's been going on in 2016. Jill, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
This has been a really active year for the county, a lot of exciting projects. The first one that we'd like to talk about is some of the redevelopment projects that have been going on with county properties.
It's been a very busy year, Jessica, with redevelopment projects. In particular, the county has sold 4 publicly owned buildings in the last year. It represents about $15 million of new investment in the county and the creation and retention of 120 new jobs. The first project was the 419 Library Building, and probably the most visible because it's on the 419 corridor. We sold that building this year to American Healthcare, and they're going to redevelop that property and retain 50 jobs here in the county. So we're very excited to see that property moving forward. The other library that we sold was the Vinton Library. That's going to a McAdoo's restaurant, and they're going to invest about $1 million in renovation work at that building and put more people to work in the town of Vinton. We also had 2 school buildings that transferred during the year. One was the Roland E. Cook building in the town of Vinton, and they're going to create about 17 loft apartments with this redevelopment project. It is based on historic tax credits, so it's going to take a while for that project to get completed, but probably will be open in the springtime. The William Byrd property is the one that we're currently working on. It transferred to Waukesha Development, and they're going to create up to 80 new apartments, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom. And again, that's an historic tax credit project. We've been working on a lot of redevelopment work here lately, and it's really paying off dividends. I think that the objective of creating new taxable investment in the county is working.
And then something else that's been getting a lot of attention recently is Explore Park. What's been going on with that?
Explore Park has been very exciting for us as well. You know, it's 1,100 acres with 3 miles of shoreline on the Roanoke River, and we have taken over the lease of the property and the marketing of it. We completed a master plan this year for Explore Park. Took about 6 months to complete that plan, and we're now marketing for new business investment in the park. We've got an RFI out on the street where we're asking for interested businesses to respond and show their interest to the community that they would like to potentially evaluate locating in Explore Park. And what we're looking for are adventure-based tourism operators, whether it be zip lines, canopy tours, yurts, campgrounds, cabins. We're looking at putting a lodge facility, a bike park, an in-river kayak park. So there's a lot of excitement going on right now, and we're going to continue marketing for that.
So this year, Roanoke County engaged a consultant to look at the 419 area. What's been going on with that project?
So we launched a 419 corridor planning study in September, so we're about 4 months into this process. We hired a consultant, Stantec Urban Places Group out of Boston, and they've been working with us to design plans for the future. What we're looking at is making it more pedestrian friendly to create a town center feel along the corridor itself, and also working with the community to see what they would like to see at Tanglewood and along 419. In particular, we've had lots of community meetings, citizen engagement. We've had a design charrette, and moving forward, we're going to have transportation plans presented as well. But at the same time we launched the study, of course, Tanglewood Mall sold. So we are now working very diligently with our consultants and with Blackwater Resources, the new owner of the mall, to look at how we can work together in the future and create the town center that we have decided we wanted.
So a couple months ago, you and I spoke about the Woodhaven properties as they had just recently sold. What's been going on with that project?
So, as you know, we created the Western Virginia Regional Industrial Facilities Authority to jointly acquire and develop land for industrial use. So 6 local governments in the Roanoke Valley came together to form the authority, and 3 of the 6 actually came together to buy the Woodhaven Road properties. That would be Roanoke City, Roanoke County, and the city of Salem. So what we were looking at is creating larger industrial tracts of land to market. So in excess of 100 acres was the goal, and we are now in the process of selecting an engineer to help us create a master plan for that property. And moving forward, we will be engaging the community and nearby citizens to help us shape the future of that property.
Thank you, Jill, for joining us and giving our viewers a glimpse into what's been going on in 2016. It's definitely been a very busy year for the county. And thank you all for joining us, and we'll be back in a moment.
The Roanoke County Economic Development Department has launched Site Selector, a new online commercial real estate search database. Site Selector can be found on the Roanoke County Economic Development website under the Sites and Buildings menu at yesroanoke.org. It provides users with a one-stop shopping experience when researching properties. While the application functions much like popular websites such as Zillow, LoopNet, and others, Site Selector provides much more advanced data on business properties that includes but is not limited to property reports, tax maps, demographic reports, business summary reports, site maps, and much, much more. Learn more about Site Selector by visiting the Help section that features a video overview and instructions on how to use the site at yesroanoke.org.
Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Thomas Gates, Roanoke County Administrator, to take a look forward into 2017 for Roanoke County. Tom, thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
And Jill has told us a little bit about what's been happening in 2016, some of the big projects, and so we'd like for you to give our viewers an overview of what might be happening in 2017 on projects like Explore Park 419, the Woodhaven properties, and broadband.
Sure. So let's start with Explore Park. As I'm sure Jill mentioned, we completed a master plan this year. I think probably the best master plan that's ever been produced for Explore Park. It really has something for everyone, people who are in this community and are looking for an exciting opportunity to enjoy the outdoor environment. And also for people who would like to visit and experience a little destination tourism. So we're excited about the master plan. Now, of course, the master plan cannot really be carried out without the necessary infrastructure in the park. So this year we're really going to focus on building infrastructure into the park, primarily water and sewer. We're talking about opportunities to extend broadband into that area. But we're really getting the park ready for investment. The other thing that we're doing that's pretty significant this year is we have put out a request for information, or essentially receiving information from individuals who would be interested in partnering with us from the private sector in the development of the park. So I think there's a lot of big things up for Explore Park this year.
And then 419 is something else that we've been following over the last several months as that study has been underway. Can you tell us a little bit about what might be happening with that going forward?
We have, as you point out, we've been underway for some time now with the 419 Town Center study. And we've had any number of civic engagement or community engagement opportunities for people to come out and talk about really what they'd like to see in the Tanglewood and 419 area. So we're excited about that. Now on January 4th, we'll have another community meeting to talk specifically about transportation issues. And I'm sure that'll engender a lot of interest from our community because there's a lot of concerns about congestion and traffic in that area. And then by spring, we hope to wrap up the master planning process, and we'll carry that to the Board of Supervisors and talk to them about where we think we ought to go from there.
And then what about the sale of the Tanglewood Mall? What does that look like? Well,
as you know, the mall was sold earlier this year, and we have been working with the new company that owns it, Blackwater Resources, to really try and shape the future of the mall into something that we think is consistent with what our community is saying through the master planning process, and something that will add value to our community. So we've had a very good working relationship with Blackwater Resources so far, and we expect that will continue.
Great. And then Woodhaven properties, Jill told us that they acquired over 100 acres this past year. What is the vision for that property going forward?
Well, this is a very unique and interesting project. It's the first major project that was accomplished by the Western Virginia Regional Industrial Facilities Authority. And as I'm sure you know, it is a partnership between Roanoke County, Roanoke City, and the city of Salem. And our interest there is really to take that gateway site, that site that sits at the intersection of I-81 and 581, and produce an economic development project there that speaks to the quality of our community. So we're very hopeful for some new industry, some high-paying jobs, and really make a statement about what Roanoke Valley is like at the same time to those who travel in and out of Roanoke Valley. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to work together and to continue to promote economic development. In the upcoming year, or in January, late January, early February, we will engage the community again in some discussions about what they'd like to see. And so we'll plan and hold a series of community meetings. And then the three partners in the project will get together and we'll continue to move it forward. It requires still some rezoning and those sorts of things that'll have to come back to the Board of Supervisors. And I'm hopeful by mid-year we'll have a very solid plan for the Woodhaven property, which means we can in turn start to market it.
And then another regional project that's been happening in different phases is broadband expansion, and Roanoke County just approved that. And so what's going on with that project and what will happen in 2017?
Well, the board authorized the county to proceed with its role in the broadband authority, and so early in 2016, we let some bonds and provided funding for the county to expand the broadband fiber in Roanoke County about 25 miles, primarily located along transportation corridors. Very late in 2016, the contract was awarded, and so now we are in the process of preparing for construction. We hope construction for broadband in the county will start probably in the February timeframe and be complete around summer.
Well, it sounds like 2017 is going to be another busy year for the county. Thank you so much for joining us and giving our viewers a little information about what's to come. And thank you all for joining us. And if you need more information on economic development activities in Roanoke County, visit our website, yesroanoke.org.
The Roanoke County Economic Development Department, in partnership with the City of Roanoke Economic Development Department, organizes a wide variety of free workshops for businesses and entrepreneurs. Whether you have a new business idea or have been in business for years, there's sure to be a workshop that matches your needs. Workshops include, but are not limited to, marketing, finance, apprenticeship programs, cybersecurity, programs to cut your business's electric bill, entrepreneurship, and much more. If you would like to learn more, please contact Jessica Fintel at 540-772-2185 or email jfintel@roanokecountyva.gov.
Thank you for joining us for Roanoke County Business Partners. If you have any questions about this show, want to start a business, or need business assistance, please contact the Roanoke County Economic Development Office at 540-772-2069 or email jbrinchick@roanokecountyva.gov, and you can always visit our website at yesroanoke.org.